guess what? I'm still alive. So good to see you. Don't worry, I'll keep my flirting to a minimum. We know you got your eyes set on Paul. How are you, ma'am? So good to see you today. Hey, and speak of the devil, there's Paul. Howdy, Paul. Good to see you as well, sir. In case y'all are wondering, Steph. Howdy, ma'am. Great to see you as well. If Skip's there, also you, sir. School bus. Oh, Steph, no, you need to get better soon. That's not good. I'm sick of raking up the damn lawn. Sticks and leaves and crap all over the place. That's right, the Nicholas News. So I've been up, got the front yard pretty much all taken care of. That's good to hear, Steph. Definitely good to hear. So I'm not going to stay on a whole lot of time here. I mean, I know we probably do got a little bit of time before Flat Cap and Lady Fire come on. But I'm not trying to schedule a whole lot of time, just to let y'all know, yes, I'm still safe from whatever it was, Nicholas. It was a hurricane, small, minor, nothing major. If you didn't see any of my other reports, nothing wrong here at the house. But I did just get the front yard finished with a little race to the end just before the trash guys came through. So everything's all done now. It looks good. Yeah. I even made sure to go inside real quick and grab the trash men a couple of these little Gatorade type things, because it's hot out here. Alright, it's not hot. It's a little over 80 degrees right here. But humidity is through the roof. And you can sweat all day, but it doesn't take any of the heat away. It just prevents the heat from leaving. So if you're really working in this stuff, it seems like it's a lot hotter than it is. Y'all could see some of that moisture level here on the shirt. I'm not going to lift my arms to show you how bad it is under there. But it's warm. It's uncomfortable. I can only imagine what it's like for these guys riding around on the back of the garbage truck. Only breeze they're actually getting is when the truck's moving. They move less than 100 yards, jump off of it, hump their shit into the back of that truck, moving as hard as they can go. Then they climb back up on the truck, hold on for dear life as they move up another 100 feet, because it's never more than 100 yards unless they're leaving one neighborhood and going to another one. It's a lot of work those guys do if you think about it. So if you happen to see your trash guys, and it happens to be in situations like this where they're working their butts off, where everybody's got an extra 50 pounds of trash out there, unless it's my house where we had a couple of 100 pounds worth of tree limbs. When I said I had 2 cords worth of wood stacked up, I meant I had 2 cords worth of wood stacked up. It was all garbage wood, but it was still 200 pounds worth. And that's easy. That's an easy estimate. Probably closer to 400 pounds if I really looked at it. But I brought it out in 50-pound bundles, so what the hell. I wasn't counting bundles, I just stacked it. And if I remember correctly, a cord is 4 foot high by 4 foot long by 2 foot wide. Not a problem, Paul. I'll still be here for a minute. So if it's 4 foot by 4 foot by 4 foot, a cube, then I had 1 cord. If it's 4 foot by 4 foot by 2 foot, I had 2 cords worth of basically bundled up twigs. Okay, some of it was leaves, but still, not as much of it as you'd think. And now, I'm not the biggest guy on the planet, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying anything about the gun show, you know, but they're not small. They're not huge either, though. Just average. But some of the bigger logs were bigger around than my arm. And, I mean, yeah, I got big old hands. I can't go around my damn arm. Well, I couldn't go around the damn logs even half as well as I can go my arm. So it's closer to a big thigh than it was an arm. Had a little bit of stuff come down out the trees. It's okay though. I still got more to go. Those guys are still going to be humping on it on Saturday too. Smoking Ronnie, how is the barbecue business, sir? By the way, howdy, howdy, howdy. Glad to see you are here today. If it had been firewood, I'd made sure to try and bundle you up some, Ronnie, but it was not firewood. It was stuff that wouldn't work very well in a fire at all. The big stuff was Bradford pear. Now, pear sounds like it would have been good firewood, right? No, Bradford pear is actually not good as a firewood. Not bad as a briar, but not good as a firewood. It doesn't smoke very well. The smoke tends to be a little sour. And when it finally does catch fire, it gets past a certain point, and then it really, really heats up. You can make a good pipe out of it, but you're not going to make a good fire out of it. Yes, sir. Pecan, hickory, and mesquite. It's all the wood you need for a damn good barbecue. Oh, you know I know. Come on, you know I know. I grew up in South Texas. Anybody know where Kingsville is? Yeah, that's where I grew up. We had this little place in Robstown called Joe Cotton's Barbecue. Way back in the day. They started winning every barbecue, every barbecue cook-off. If they went to it, the question was who was taking second place. It wasn't who was taking first. Joe's won. That's what Joe's did. Damn good barbecue. There's a long, crazy story about that barbecue too, but they started winning everything, and the big competitions stopped asking them to show up. They got tired of that statement. Joe's is here. Who's fighting for second? There's some barbecue out there that competes with what I remember from Joe's, but back then, wasn't nothing. Nobody competed with Joe's. It was nothing to see a town of 3,000 people with a line at Joe Cotton's that was 4,000 people long. Robstown wasn't that big of a town. Let's be honest. This is a little bitty place. Just on the south side of Corpus Christi. Tiny little place at the time. People used to beg to get that recipe from Joe's. That old man took those recipes to the grave. Even when he sold the restaurant, he took the recipes with him. So, good luck getting back to what I've actually called Smoking Ronnie. That is actually very true. And Post Oak has definitely grown in favor of a lot of people in the barbecue world. You only need to use a little bit of mesquite to go a long way. You use too much, it'll actually sour everything. But if you want that good, dark, thick, charred looking smoke ring on a brisket and you don't use mesquite, you're already, just forget it. Just put it away. Let somebody else who knows what they're doing do it. And I'll tell you, I know why mesquite got so readily used. It's because there was plenty of it down in barbecue country. That's right, pecan is for sweetness. That is definitely true. You use hickory for the heat, mesquite for the smoke, and pecan for the sweet. It adds just a certain amount of sweetness. Now, don't think sugar. Think like tobacco. Have you ever had a tobacco that had a certain amount of a natural sweetness? There's no sugar, there's no infusions, there's no anything added on, but it's got that little bit of a sweetness to it. It's like unsweet tea on a really, really hot day. It's got that certain amount of a sweetness to it. You don't have to have that sweet. Now, believe me, down here in the South, everybody puts freaking sugar. 3 cups of sugar to 1 cup of tea. I mean, it gets ridiculous. But I'm fighting diabetes, left, right, and sideways. I don't want it, and a lot of my family has it, so I figured out one thing I can do is stop putting damn sugar in my tea. But on a really hot day, that first sip of iced tea, when you don't have any sugar in it at all, it'll go down sweet. Smoking Ronnie, I don't try to tell you not to enjoy it. Citizen Tom, howdy sir. Smoking cabbie mix in a CPW Meerschaum billiard with a silver band. Sitting on the side, not a problem. Citizen Tom, welcome in. So glad to have you. Hey, if y'all have topics y'all want to talk about, I greatly appreciate it. Any way y'all want to talk about it, I'm open to talk about just about anything. That's just kind of the way I am. I'm a master of like electricity, and I could inspect a boiler with my eyes shut. Not that I would, just that I could. There's a few things that I'm really a master of. If you need to know about cigars, I can help you out there too. But if y'all want to talk about other things, I don't mind. I love talking about other things. I'm well versed in a lot of crazy subjects because, well, I grew up with a lot of stuff to learn, and I'm still learning it, so it doesn't matter. Go and take a shower, go back to bed. All right, Steph, you take care, and do try to get well soon. Huva ilta pavaya, Boris. I believe that's good afternoon, not good evening. I'm pretty sure that's not good morning. If I'm wrong, you can go ahead and tell me I'm wrong, Boris. I appreciate it, though. So anyway, Steph is not feeling well. Oh, just in case, for anybody who does like to tune in to Steph and Skip on a Saturday, I want y'all to be aware that they have mentioned to me that they're thinking about going earlier than normal. because they've got a lot of stuff to do and they like to be able to have a good chunk of their day to still do it without having to interrupt in the middle to throw down a live stream. Howdy, Skip. Great to have you there, sir. Hell, Boris, it's damn near midnight where you are. So anyways, Steph and Skip are thinking about going a bit earlier than normal on Saturdays. And I don't want to be giving away their exact time frame that they're looking at, but if you don't see them and you've tuned in at regular time, it is because they've decided to make it official and go earlier. Now, Skip could tell you if he wants to. I'm not going to try and... 5 minutes past midnight. I told you it's damn near midnight. I wasn't wrong. Well, good morning, Boris. Damn. By the way, Boris, I saw that Chelsea won a game the other day. Like 4-1. As soon as I saw that, I said, all right, Boris is happy. Alright, so Skip has confirmed it, that they are going to be coming on at 10 a.m. Central Time, U.S. Hopefully I will be awake and able to tailgate on Saturday. I'll be awake. I don't know if I'm going to be able to tailgate. That kind of depends upon how much I get done with the yard between Thursday and Friday morning. Till it gets too hot, and then I'm just like, I gotta put it away. I'm not going to kill myself trying to clean up the backyard from some fallen limbs, but there's not as much back there as I think. Then I should be done on Friday morning sometime. No big deal. But yes, if Skip and Steph are going on at 10 a.m. Central Time, of course that is 11 on the East Coast. And that is going to be 8 o'clock out there on the West Coast. 8 o'clock a.m., ladies and gentlemen, for you West Coasters, that means y'all are going to have to wake up just a bit earlier on Saturday. Ronnie, I am right there with you. I am definitely ready for a large streak of cool. Somewhat tired of waking up and sweating before I even get going. Oh, 1-0 on Tuesday in Champions League. Well, this must have been Saturday. It was like 4-1 or something like that. I forget who they whooped the hell out of. It's pretty good. I'm sure you were enjoying it. That's right. Third Coasters, don't worry, we will be awake. And if you're wondering what Third Coast is, that means Gulf Coast. We go from the East Coast all the way to the Central time zone. That's because Gulf Coast does almost all the business. You don't have to believe me. You want to see where all the oil comes in? That's the Gulf Coast, baby. We got all the big refineries here. You'll see some other ones in the world, but you ain't gonna ever see nothing the size of these ones in Houston. Good Lord. 3-0 Saturday versus, yes, Aston Villa. That seems like that was what I saw. Oh, hey, Skip. I looked this up today, and this is kind of crazy, but because of the point differential and the exact same amount of points scored, Raiders are on top of AFC West right now. Yeah, brother, I got you. I got you. I like it when my team's out in front. It won't stay that way. But I like it when my team's out front. Of course, the last team that beat Skip's team, they beat those Cowboys. Hope the rest of y'all up there in Dallas way appreciates that. The Tom Brady effect. I think he's got a VCR tape showing Roger Goodell with, like, seriously underage girls or something. Brady gets away with stuff that would get the rest of us thrown in jail. And then just when you're looking, his team always seems to get these miracle, oh my God, super easy schedules. Yeah, but Skip, at least my team went to the Super Bowl this century. There's a lot of guys out there in this planet that can not say that. Dallas being one of them. Houston being another. And there's still about 12 teams that have never won the Super Bowl, so. Well, if you're only looking at the Raiders cheerleaders, there would be a reason why Raiders drool. Hey, who cares about the Chiefs anyways? They sound like deformed, hair-lipped peeps. Cheap. 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 Come on, Skip, you know you're going to get played. You play this game. Oh, thank you, sir. It's not horrible. This just happens to be the let's see if he shows up. VR0121. When I was filing it and making it, it seemed to start taking on the same generalized shape as the General Cobb. So instead of shortening it down and making this whole rim lower and making it more of a regular sized pipe, I decided, you know what? If it's going to take on the shape of a General, we'll just give it the numbers of the General Lee. Certain orange car. Some of y'all guys out there might remember a certain lady. Her original name was Catherine something or other. I'm not sure what it was, but Catherine, I remember it was Catherine. And she went by Daisy Duke. Y'all remember. Oh yeah. If you are still able to think of women as pretty, then you probably remember Daisy Duke. Boris, your team has been into the Super Bowl, though, in your lifetime. One time you were kind of shut down by my team in the Super Bowl, but that's just no. There's no animosity there, brother. Everybody had your team picked to win, just like everybody on Monday night had the Baltimore Ravens picked to win. Well, everybody except for the Raiders. It is a nice pipe, though. Surprisingly, because I made it, it smokes absolutely fantastic. It's got a few flaws. I'm not going to sit there and lie about it. You see that dark mark right there? That is where a small crack goes all the way through to the inside, all the way to the outside. And I've got another one right here. Little bitty. It's kind of a little bit of a depression for me that it didn't work out, but you know, Skip, except for in the last couple of years, I forgot that the Chiefs had ever gone to a Super Bowl. How many of y'all won now? Two? Two. Get back to me after you win the third. Oh, don't worry, Skip. You know I'd won some. Come on now. The Raiders were the only team to go to the Super Bowl in the 60s, 70s, 80s. All the other major players somehow did not go in either the 60s, 70s, and the 80s. But the Raiders somehow did all three of those decades. Cincinnati! What's up, Bengals, brother? Oh, that's just wrong. You got to kind of feel bad for people in Ohio when you start talking football, because they have Ohio State. Oh, they lost recently too. Never mind, they don't have anybody. Y'all did get a win on Sunday? Oh, Cincinnati got a win. I guess I forgot about that. Who'd y'all play? The Jets? If you say the Jets, well, if you didn't win, it's because you didn't try. By the way, how's it going, Odie? I appreciate you showing up and hanging out, chilling. Ooh. 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 Okay, I'm going to sit over here and I'm going to let you talk with Boris. Yeah. Odie, you remember that he lives slightly north of Santa Claus, right? Um, you might want to worry about your Christmas present this year, because that might be a, well, I mean, I'm not getting anything for Christmas. Lump of coal. Knowing that already, I mean, I'm already there. I do not know if the Virtual Pipe Club is going live tonight, but I do know that Flat Cap and Lady Fire will be live. And somewhere near the end of their normal programming, you can tune into Nashville Mafia. And Nashville Mafia will be on the Nashville Mafia Live channel. Unless, of course, John is going on by himself or Willie is going on by himself. And then it might be on one of their channels and not the Nashville Mafia Live channel. Really? They sent you a catalog from July in September? Or you just found it in your mail at this point? Okay, so it will be Solo Willie on Nashville Mafia Live channel. Okay, Yard has spoken. Yard is very well connected. Remember, a lot of people steer towards Chad in one way, shape, or form, and they do definitely let him know some things. I just try to collate the information I've been given so that I can get it out to everybody. Chad, just in case you're wanting to pass on information to people, Steph and Skip will be going at 10 a.m. on Saturday morning. Of course, that is Central Time, so that's 8 a.m. your time. If you're an early riser, I'm sure everybody can appreciate that after having just moved, they've got a lot of stuff to do, so they need to, they still want to do their lives, but they just need to change the time up a little bit so that they're able to get more stuff done. I understand it completely. So anyways, I've been on here 40 minutes. You know what? We'll just go ahead and run the hour and we'll call it a day at the hour. I didn't think I was going to stay on for an hour, but hey, y'all are here. Why not? By the way, roll call. Just because it's already been mentioned, I'm smoking the VR0121. Yes, I did that. And in it, I am smoking some Sutliff Voodoo Queen. Howdy, Steve and Miss Kathy. Great to see both of you. By the way, I just hit the gong for the bowl call just in case you want to catch in there too. Crooner, it's Steph's, my Medico Billiard. Awesome. Got some haunted bookshop and a bulldog. Very nice, Steve. I'm sure that is a blend that Chad can stand behind. You don't have to say it, Chad. We know. We know. Yeah, see, my channel started off as being the Voodoo Review, which is why I've gone with VR on my pipes. And then this 01 is the number and 21 is the year. So yes, I actually made this one this year. And other than the VRX, which is the experimental, and I did a lot of experimenting on VRX, so that's the reason why. Yes, right now I only have 2 smokable pipes, but I do have a third that's just on delay till I get some other stuff so that I can finish it. I did not like what the lacquer did, so I swore off of doing any more lacquers. That's my Medico, says Steph. And Skip says, it only makes sense if you've seen his Instagram post. Sam Gaw Kindle Cream Flake in a Cob. Look at there, I'm smoking a briar and Boris is smoking a cob. I am going to blame that Raiders win on that funky green hat that I wear with the Raiders symbol. It was sold as a St. Patrick's Day item, and I happened to be looking at NFL.com right at about that time. I don't know why they came up with one that's bright green, but it's also got a little 3-leaf clover on the back side. And so far, every time I've worn it, they've been winning. Lasers? I saw no lasers. Quite honestly, I fully expected my team to lose badly on that particular game. My quarterback came out looking like a rookie. He had 3 types of throws: over, under, and pick. It seemed like the only person he would focus on was the tight end. And I did not realize that all the acquisitions and moves the Raiders made to beef up the defense were actually going to pay off this quickly. But I'll take it. Hey, y'all remember that first touchdown that wasn't a touchdown in overtime on Monday night? I do. I figured they choked and just gave it away at that point. And then somehow to still win, I just, you know what? I don't know. All right, Citizen Tom. Yes, I'm not going to try and repeat that in French. Autreva mis amis, which is basically until later, my friends, if I remember correctly. Steph, you could say soccer, it's fine. Ah, that's au revoir. Of course, yes. Okay, now I understand. He did what all the rest of us do. He fat-fingered something and it came out wrong. But that's okay. Tom, you take care, sir. We will see you over on Flat Caps here. Well, I would say in a little bit, but it's going to be more than a little bit. Like I said, I'm only going to make an hour. I'm not going to try and do this forever. I am not going until Flat Cap and Lady Fire start. I only planned on going for 15 minutes here, just to say, hey, look, I'm safe from Nicholas, and I got the front yard cleaned up. But then everybody started piling in, and we just started talking. Boris, you're saying it wrong. It's supposed to be football. That is F-U-T-B-A-L-L, not F-O-O-T-B-A-L-L. Football is what those damn Americans play. Tom, I'm right there with you. I fat finger all kind of different words. And because I've got a little bit of a dyslexic ability too, sometimes I get words so screwed up even autocorrect can't figure out what I'm trying to say. I've literally seen the autocorrect pop up with, fuck if I know what you're trying to spell. Right, that's when I rewind the whole sentence and sometimes a whole paragraph and rework it just to make it make sense with a word that I can spell. Wait. Newsom is still governor? So all that work for a recall for nothing. Well, let's be honest. You didn't see that coming? California, the house that Democrats made. Walk the streets of San Francisco and smell how clean that house is. Sounds like y'all might need to do a little house cleaning out there in California. Just saying. That's right. The New York Giants play the Washington whatevers. It's always fun. Two teams that don't matter with names that don't even work anymore. Woo! Retribution in real time. Chad, I saw a funny one today from the Babylon Bee, and it said U-Haul is naming Newsom their rental employee of the year. Would you care to disagree? For those of you who do not know about the Babylon Bee, it is a satire site. They put out stuff just to be funny. It is similar to a different site known as Cat Turd, except for they tend to spank the crap out of both sides of the fence on Babylon Bee, whereas Cat Turd only seems to go after the Democrats. I've seen them both. I don't follow either, but when I do see some of their tweets, it is kind of funny. Oh, yes. Y'all be prepared in California. If you thought it was bad before, just watch what happens as people who have basically been told, we have no faith in you, but we're going to keep you here. Whether it was a legitimate election or not, I'm not saying that it wasn't, but hey, if they didn't take the over 4 million people off the rolls in Los Angeles County that are no longer living there or eligible to vote for various different reasons, yes, over 4 million people still on the voter rolls in one county in California. And that one county tends to vote 99% Democrat. Now, just as curiosity, if those names are still on there and they're still getting the right to vote, did somebody vote for them, or did they get to use those illegal votes to swing that specific state in their favor? Hard to say. I'm not going to tell you that it's one way or the other. I'm just asking the question and leaving it up to y'all to figure out whether you want to dig up that information or not. Oh, I liked that one from Babylon Bee that said something about Larry the Elder was having to forego the election because he was seen in his high school yearbook in blackface. Larry Elder is a black man, so be kind of hard for him to not be seen in blackface. Just saying. Skip, I hope they didn't all move to Texas. And if they did all move to Texas, I hope they decided to stop voting California style. Here's my personal take on it. If all the problems that you are running for are because of the way people vote in the location that you're running from, and you continue to vote that way in a new location where you are now living, then shortly the same problem is going to be in this new location, and then you're going to have to run from that one too. Take a look at your voting choices and decide whether it's actually worth voting yourself out of the ability to stay living there. If you choose to stick it out from where you are, best of luck to each and every one of you. Oh, and I'm even talking about people who are living in Texas and then they go and move someplace else and continue to vote something like what they would in Texas. If you don't like it where you're at and you move, stop voting that same damn way. Figure out a different way. I mean, I believe it's called insanity to do the same thing again and again and again, exact same way, and to believe in somehow that you're going to have different results. Is that not the textbook example of insanity? Not my fault. Just some things to think on until tomorrow when we are again together. And according to a certain bird that landed upon my shoulder on Tuesday afternoon when I got the chance to look at it, I supposedly am going on 30 minutes earlier than normal. So I'm going to live up to what the Breyer Report said about me, and I will be on at 5 o'clock Central, 6 o'clock Eastern. So I made sure to get myself a big cigar for tomorrow. That way I've got plenty to do in the hour and a half that I'll be on. And then right after me, of course, will be a certain blonde-haired young man from the far west coast area of Canada. And then, well, around 3 o'clock in the afternoon on Friday, I hopefully will be done working my yard, and I'll see you at that point in time in front of Chad's live feed. Hopefully I'll be done by then. Because if I'm not, that means I'm going to be working instead of tailgating on Saturday. Now, y'all remember, there's a whole lot of reasons why you should be filing in for the Briar Report newsletter. In case y'all haven't been paying attention, and you know a guy named Iden P. Also, his new channel is My Pipes and I. Well, Skip, I was being nice. You don't have to be mean just because he is as white-haired as Frosty the Snowman. I figured blonde was a good statement. But yes, Iden P. won a Castello from the 70s. And in case y'all are looking, yes, that's My Pipes and I. And if you happen to see him with a new pipe here in the next couple of weeks or month or maybe a year, depending upon how long it takes to get that pipe to him, I'm not saying it's going to get there tomorrow, but it's probably not getting there tomorrow. But I'm not saying that it won't take some time to get there because, well, I'm not guaranteeing that Canada's post is going to get it there any faster than, well, you know. Regardless of his hair non-color. His hair absence of color. If you don't love Mike, y'all probably got issues with me, so take them out with me, though. Don't take them out on Mike. I'm much meaner. I'll fight back. And you can ask Phil at the Briar Report. I'll fight dirty. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, it's been so much fun conversing with y'all today. Had a great time. Glad that we could do it. Let's get back and do it again. We will see you tomorrow at about 5 o'clock because Briar Report says I would be on, so I'm going to do it. Just because. And, ooh, look at there. Boris is waiting on a mirror and 2 cobs to arrive. Sounds like fun. We're going to want to see them. Come on, make a video there, Boris. Thank you, Smoking Ronnie. I will definitely see y'all all soon. I'm just too mean to die, so definitely I'll see you soon. And remember, y'all take care of yourselves, take care of each other. Y'all do the best you can on that. And as per always, long lives, big bowls, and long ashes. Y'all take care, and I will see you, well, tomorrow. About this time tomorrow, too. Bye for now.